And the range of two photos, super opportunity, super opportunity, and super opportunity. I recently went to Paris and learned the whole book lesson. I visited the famous European restaurants like Aeronautical, Paris, Honey, and Swiss. French promoter decided to change the black tank of the airline community event for interested really to tourism. And I was very, very soon. I got my arrival during my check-in. Actually, I was happy for the decision given, and I was born for more than resting as an American. I was going to wrestle in Texas. Finally, on February 18th, 1998, I was everywhere. I was already famous in the United States as I was known as there isn't any man who can bring huge master on the back. I was welcomed by the Americans with great admiration. I stayed in the United States.
Hey guys, welcome to this unofficial hangout. I've not done any announcements. I'm tuning the bands, and in this Thursday afternoon here, it's almost 3 p.m. We're gonna tune the bands, and it's nothing official. So if you guys are saying, "Oh, wow, I missed the live hangout," don't worry. We didn't really announce this one, but there's a real one coming on Saturday evening. Saturday, 2300 hours UTC. Saturday, October 18th is the next hangout. So this is going to be the official hangout Saturday night. So just tuning the band, doing a little comments on what we hear. That's pretty much what we're going to do now. There's a questions and answer tab on the hangout. You can ask questions if you're live. You can also send me email at officialshortwaveradio@gmail.com, which is the email you can reach me. Sorry, crazy, but the window's open. We are having unusually warm weather in Montreal throughout the week. It's about 22 centigrade right now. So hope you enjoy the video of the tuning the bands. Of course, I'll be commenting on what we hear. And I'm just gonna ignore this so we can see a little more on the equipment side. This is a Voice of Turkey. It's 1855-56 right now. And Voice of Turkey is on this new frequency of 11835.
Even couldn't have the chance to get buried in my own country. Some say that my collapse very
They're tuning by 9 layers, you know. China Radio International in French.
www.lighthousebiblestudy.org. That's all one word, and all lowercase letters. Once again, that's www.lighthousebiblestudy.org. Did you know that you can visit us at our website? This program exists because evangelistic-minded people like you contribute to it. If you would like to help us bring the light of Jesus Christ to a sin-darkened world, then write us at The Lighthouse, P.O. Box 1317, Maxwell, Georgia 31515. Once again, that's The Lighthouse, P.O. Box 1317, Maxwell, Georgia 31515. We would love to hear you. Until next week, this is Scott Reiner encouraging you. Cypress Creek, South Carolina, in the United States of America. Welcome to the Shepherd's Temple Network Family Bible Study Hour with Pastor Earl. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Test out.
For those wondering, just join me because I see there's about 15 people right now watching. This is unofficial, just a live tuning moment. We're going to go through the bands a little bit. I got a little bit of time on my hands now today, so I'm just tuning live, actually, and of course, be commenting a little bit on what you can hear. You can send comments or questions at officialshortwaveradio@gmail.com, and you can also interact on the YouTube channel. Hope you enjoyed the tuning. This is the Overcomer Ministry from WRMI. This is India in English.
The Atlantic Council, commenting and in Washington, D.C., with special representative from South region, John Franklin urged the two nations in Ohio. The answer to the stated that India's will propagation should not be fully realized until it has a better relationship with us. In Iran, Russians unleashed a wave of attacks yesterday, mainly targeting
Lower than usual modulation. India and English right now, 11,670. Saudi Arabia. This is Turkey and English. They changed frequency. They were at 9,785. They're now at 11,835 at this time in English. Radio Marti. WTWW.
What option's better? Gee, I wish I knew how to make it short.
WWCR.
Just all shaking their heads. And I looked at two different groups of businessmen and I said, don't you understand it's all rigged? This is all the facts. Don't ever go the direction. Anytime it's going to new highs, you know they're going to plunge you. Reel in on a little fish. Bring in the net.
That's interesting. What is this? That's interesting. I've never heard. This is not an amateur radio band. Never heard of any sending CQ out. Some kind of it's a little difficult to understand CQ. Sounds like H. And CQ. That would be HLG, if I'm not mistaken. Well, HLG would be a Korean. That would be a South Korean postal station. That is amazing, receiving a South Korean postal station. This is CQ. And then it says HLG, if I hear it well. That's interesting. Wow, first time I hear this. South Korean station here. The first South Korean coastal station. It's nice. Huh. Sending CQ out. I'll keep that in mind here. Around 11,945 kilohertz. Huh. You never know what you hear when you tune the bands. That's why I always tune everywhere.
Wind 230 at 8, visibility more than 6, ceiling to 5,000 broken. Newark from 1800 Zulu, wind 220 at 10, visibility more than 6, 2,500 scattered, ceiling 3,500 broken to 5,000 broken. From 2000 Zulu, wind 220 at 9er, visibility more than 6, 5,000, ceiling to 5,000 broken. From 0200 Zulu, wind 240 at 6, visibility more than 6, to 5,000 scattered. Austin from 1800 Zulu, wind 140 at 13, visibility 6, light rain showers, ceiling 1,500 broken. From 1930 Zulu, wind 140 at 11, visibility 2, heavy rain showers, ceiling 1,000 overcast. From 2100 Zulu, wind 130 at 10, visibility 2, heavy rain showers, ceiling 800 overcast.
This is
From 0000 Zulu, wind 130 at 10, visibility
Whether,
3, light rain showers,
alternating on these frequencies is
1,500 overcast. From
New York radio and
wind 170 at 7, visibility more than
Gander
6.
radio. This is the close aeronautical frequency. Interesting to hear this chirp chirp sound. Appears in a few spots on the band. Radio Marti. This is India. 15640 have comes in quite well. They have a French language program around this time. I think they are in French now. I often listen in the afternoon. Coming in quite well today. If you look at the signal here.
They are doing so because they want to score some political points.
BBC.
And I believe you also feel that some people are seeing this as a money-making opportunity. But you know, well, what I mean by that is prior between July and where we are, the number of local NGOs that sprung up since the Ebola crisis surpassed all the local NGOs that were in Nigeria long before Ebola came. So anybody thinking about that, we know that
to talk about Ebola.
As much as everybody wants to get involved, there must be some cash interest involved. But isn't it the case of all hands on deck? And I'll be coming to you shortly. I believe you want to respond to that.
I do indeed. I hear what my Liberian brother is saying, and I sympathize because some of these are actually set up for a good reason. And that is, you have people coming from abroad and they don't have the local language. They might have English and they think that's in common. But of course, many people don't speak English, and so they need to interact with people who speak the local languages. And so some of these NGOs, that's what they're doing. They're actually providing things like translation services and so on. And so they have not all of them are asked just to make money.
So it really is a case of all hands on deck. Let's go to thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jonathan, for that comment. Let's go to Peter Anderson by Camara.
Hi, Mr. Bill Chen. Welcome to the hangout.
Peter Anderson, that the Ebola response team on the ground is not operating as it should.
Something in French here. Welcome to the hangout. There's like 14 spectators right now, which is not a lot, but it's an unannounced hangout. What is this in French? It sounds like Iran. Check that. 13730 is, yep, the voice of the Islamic Republic of Iran that actually ends its transmission about 4 minutes to Africa on this frequency.
Cet aspect très journalistique autour de l'article 23 qui commencerait. En fait, personne ne peut le savoir.
This is a Radio France International.
De François qui apparaît, qui se manifeste. D'où l'enthousiasme aussi qu'on ressent aujourd'hui. Beaucoup de gens et j'ai beaucoup
That is interesting. Oh, this is North Korea in Spanish. This is the voice of Korea from North Korea. So if anyone wondering if North Korea is transmitting on Shortwave, well, this is a weak Spanish transmission from North Korea right now. Seems they have an open path to Asia at this time. around 12, 13 megahertz. That is interesting to watch. If you guys have any questions on what you're hearing, don't hesitate. You can write on the YouTube channel. You can write on the questions and answer tab on the Google Hangout. You can also send me a email at officialshortwaveradio@gmail.com. officialshortwaveradio@gmail.com. If I run out with my phone and soon, it's because I'm waiting for an important phone call. It's just going to take 2-3 minutes. I'm going to be back. So don't worry if I run like I'm in panic. So North Korea in Spanish.
También con abrazos y igualmente también sabemos que
We're now in the 20-meter amateur radio band. Let's check for any amateur radio stations of interest. Also radio teletype right here. We'll do a little experiment here. I got an iPad app for tuning. I'm going to get the iPad out. Let's see if we can decode anything from here. Shortwave radio. Okay, IRTTY is an app for iPad. I tried to tune something here. Let's try that. There's just so many stations that it's almost impossible. This station is calling DJ9KG. So this works. Trying to make out here. Very difficult. There's so many stations. Try for something else. So you see here, this is the traces of the signals. Oh, LZ4TU. The station is a W7. So the strong station you're hearing is a W7, it's an American. It's making contacts with stations on radio teletype. It's hard to read here, but these are the different decodes. And here we see a W1AW, which is one of the stations. If you hear a lot of W1AW stroke 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, there's a special. This is a special year. It's the centennial or something like that, bicentennial or whatever, and they have like a special evaluation that have different calls. So here, so we can see it on the camera. We'll try to put it close, and you'll see the decoding when it comes on W1AW. You see here, this is W1AW. This is the station calling CQ. Let's see if we can decode it again. I'm gonna wait for it. That didn't work well this time. Probably too far from the speaker, but actually works really fine to decode RTTY on this. Works really well. Very nice. So let's continue our tuning around the bands. To give you an example, if you guys have an iPad or an iPhone, works also on iPhone. And I haven't checked. I'm waiting for a new tablet. I'm going to get myself the new Nexus 9 tablet from Google. And I'm going to check for amateur radio and shortwave listening apps on Android also. For those that are joining in, we're like 18 right now watching. I can see that. This is an unofficial hangout, just tuning around the bands. I haven't announced it. I just had some time on my hands. Decided that you know, a quick tuning live would be nice. And for those that missed it, well, you'll have the video available on YouTube. Don't forget, for all of you watching right now, this Saturday, October 18th at 2300 hours UTC. Our next hangout is live. 2-hour hangout. We'll talk about correspondence, QSL cards, goodies that you can get from stations and amateur radio operators, and also what to do and not to do when you write a station and so on. So I think it's going to be a really interesting show. Hope to see you there. And maybe beat our record of of viewers, and hopefully. And so this one is an official, not an official one.
I'm going to try this here right now. And okay, the low cut is at 300 right now. And I'm going to bring that up to about 500. There's a low cut at 500. I don't know if you notice much difference there. And I'm going to take the high cut, which is at 2800, and move it down to about 2500. That's about as low as it goes.
14230 is a nice, if you're looking for decoding slow scan television, this is a great frequency, 14230. Let's see if I have a slow scan one here. The SSTV right here from Black Cat Systems. There's a SSTV decoder here. Decodes pretty much every mode available. There's nothing to decode right now. Let's just stay there a little bit and hope there. I'm going to wait a little bit because this should normally decode. I don't know if we're going to be able to decode anything. Maybe with a stronger SSTV signal would be fine to do that. This one is not too bad, but it's not very strong, so it's a little harder to look just a little bit. If there's nothing interesting, we'll continue on the tuning. Gives you an idea of all that you can do, and if you have an iPad, you can actually decode all of that stuff with the iPad. One program I'm actually going to check for, let's see, multi-mode decoding software for iPad. There must be something on the App Store. Nothing much here, so we're going to just continue tuning into. Slow scan television is just sending out pictures. Sometimes I like it. I just park there, put my computer on with slow scan TV. MSSTV is a free software for Windows, and decode the pictures as they come in. I'm just going to close the window because there's a lot of noise here.
Charlie Bravo Zulu. Whiskey 4, Charlie Bravo Zulu. Whiskey 4, Charlie Bravo Zulu.
Station here.
Whiskey 4, Charlie Bravo. We 45
If anyone has ever listened to 14313, this is like, sounds like CB channel. It's really, there's like really weird and probably severely retarded mental people here. 14313 has been a frequency that's been really messed up. There's always these weird people.
This is a third period log of the YL system, and we'll let you remember, non-members, anyone, anywhere. Please check it now. Kilo 4, Juliet Zulu, Quebec. Well, I hear a couple of like ones. I have no copy on them, so let's ship it up to Kilo Charlie 8, Victor Romeo Tango. This is Whiskey Kilo 8 Yankee. Over to you, Amy.
Thank you very much, Bob. This is KCADIC, the station head second. Give me a call, please.
You will call by your Kilo 4.
WWV on 15 megahertz.
24 minutes. Coordinated universal time.
Clock's not too bad, few seconds. I actually decided to put this really big clock right there when I do hangouts. I think it's easier to see than the small clock on top of the radio, and it gives, you know, a nice view of the day, date, and time when I'm actually doing the hangouts, which is always nice. A little trick here that I want to show you guys, so in case some of you don't know. When you want to know if your receiver is really precisely tuned, you can use WWV. WWV is one of those stations that is very, very accurate in its frequency. I'm sorry guys, I'm here in a few seconds. Sorry for that, guys. So when you want to know if your receiver is tuned well, and you have upper and lower sideband available, when you hear the tone of WWV,
6 minutes. Coordinated universal time.
you can tune upper and lower. So you hear the tone in AM. I'm going upper, AM. You see that there's almost no difference. This means that I am tuned pretty much on the frequency. And you can try it also with lower, AM. You see there's almost no difference. Like there's a little something, but there's almost no difference, which means my receiver is extremely well tuned to the frequency. If you hear too much difference in the audio tone of the AM mode and the single sideband mode, then you know that your receiver is off. And the more it is different, the more off it is. So I used to have a Kenwood R5000 before, and every 6 months or so I would open it and go tune the little pot inside where I would tune it with WWV, because it would slowly drift off. Unfortunately, the icon here doesn't have such an easy way of tuning it in case it, you know, moves off. But you know, I've had it for 3 years now, and it's still very, very good on its frequency. So let's tune the 19-meter bands. This I think is the BBC.
And I will tell you, as the director of CDC,
yeah, this is BBC from the Ascension Island. And this harsh white noise is Voice of Nigeria in DRM. Is Oman. Getting in quite well in Arabic. Unfortunately, they have English in the morning, and it's just not going as well. Hey Klaus, welcome to the hangout. Says greetings from the Bavarian border, and now a follower of my Twitter, so you're able to follow back. Thanks for this surprise hangout. Hey, it's my pleasure, Klaus. Welcome to the hangout. I like to do these little unannounced surprise hangouts, and there'll probably be a lot of them. I find it fun to do. So this is on. Coming in quite well. Unfortunately, in the morning, at I believe it's 1400 UTC. They have an hour in English, but it doesn't come in as well as this afternoon. Look at how good the signal here. So it means that Kuwait will probably be quite good. This Radio France International. 19-meter band seems to be really going well today. I'm going to do a little something here. I don't know if it's going to help. Yeah, it's going to help. By putting more lights, you guys see the display much better now.
En Iran et en Turquie. En Turquie, les aspirations à l'autonomie, voire à l'indépendance.
BBC on 15400.
So on here to actually rise as well. So there is this sense that the recovery in Europe has all been a little bit temporary, and of course we haven't seen any much structural reforms from the individual countries or the member states, and of course we haven't seen any quantitative easing come from the ECB, and that is really what the markets are fighting for at the moment.
Hey, cool AM radio from the Netherlands. Welcome to the hangout. Nice to see you guys. BBC from the Ascension Island coming in. Not too bad. This is one of the regular afternoon frequencies. Hope they maintain this one for the winter. As usual, this is a good one for winter here. WJHR from Milton, Florida. Still going on live, and for those of you that wonder, I have a Twitter account for this related radio channel. Twitter account is Shortwave Radios with an S. There is already a Shortwave Radio. Just remember, mine has an S, so there are many Shortwave radios. So it's at Shortwave Radios that you'll find if you want to get in touch and know what's happening. I try to tweet as often as possible. It's always fun to at the wrong time on my Twitter feed when I posted the South Korean 12935. I posted 2010 UT. So 1910 UT. Let's see if it's still there. 12, 925. Yep. If you guys want to try something really, really difficult, this one. CQ, CQ, CQ from HLG, sorry, which is a South Korean maritime station. 12935 CW, or if you're using an upper sideband, it says you just tune close. And you might hear it. I'm surprised to hear this. This and South Korea, North Korea, sorry, 13760, North Korea. I think this is, I'm not sure, but I think it's directed to Europe or something like that. 13760. French program on 9725. Let's try that. 9725. Nothing heard right here in Montreal. French program on 9725 at this time would be, you hear it well in Europe. .725 doesn't pop up here anything at 9725, but I bet that it's French. 1900. What could be a 9725 in French? There's nothing on my list, but I wouldn't be surprised that it'd be Turkey or something like that. I noticed that Turkey was on a different frequency, 11835. They were in English. So I wouldn't be surprised if 9725 could be them, but no trace of anything here. So let's go back to 1555. Voice of America?
Defend Washington from attack. He must build an army to strike at enemy forces in Virginia. McClellan wasted no time. He put thousands of troops into position around the city.
Botswana.
48 forts.
You guys hear 15580?
After this,
Voice of America relayed from Botswana in Africa.
little more happened for a long time.
Yes, can be Voice of Vietnam. That is true. I heard it the other day. It's interesting, but it's not on the list that I'm checking right now. It's not a complete list. But, oh, 9730. Aha. Let's try 9730. And there's a weak something. I think it is Voice of Vietnam. Yeah, 9730. There's something very weak, but I can't make it out. 9730 is, yeah, Voice of Vietnam. They have 30 minutes, and it's going to end in 12 minutes. 30 minutes French. So it is Voice of Vietnam. I'm not sure. I think I heard it in one of my D expeditions one day.
And when it ran away.
McClellan commanded the biggest army in the Union, the Army of the Potomac. But it was not
Nice to see. It's always interesting to see how different propagation is
in the West.
here in Montreal, we're, you know, northeast part of North America, and Europe, and, you know, elsewhere in the world.
Another defensive.
For those that want to know, we're at 22 spectators, which is not bad, considering that this is an unannounced hangout.
As they could. Their job was
And I'm checking for any.
and invading the South through Kentucky. One of the Union generals in the area was Ulysses Grant. Grant had served in the Army for 20 years. He had fought in America's war against Mexico and had won honors for his bravery. When that war ended, he was sent. And this is something that's come up for me over the decades as a captain.
This is Radio Taiwan International from France, really. This is an empty carrier on 730, which I wouldn't be surprised comes from WRMI.
Movies like X-Men explore the mind-bending possibility of communicating instantaneously without uttering a single word, simply by thinking it. Well, an international group of scientists say they've done just that. They've managed to use internet technology to send a telepathic message direct from
This is WRMI from Okeechobee, Florida. One of the rare moments where they don't have religious programs like Brother Scare or the Overcomer Ministry or so on.
We're eventually be able to unite telepathically people across the globe and enrich the information exchange between human beings and machines. If I had to say a time scale, I would give it a 50-year time scale to see something practical.
The world of neuroscience is opening the doors to telepathic communication.
And Homo sapien 2.0, according to a researcher at the Global Brain Institute, a completely new human species will inhabit the Earth in just over 30 years. What kind of people will we become? Well, they say our biological clock will undergo dramatic changes, which will allow us to live longer and give birth at an older age. And of course, technology, machines, and cyborgs for all kinds of microchip implants will be placed in our ears and our fingers and make many devices completely obsolete.
We are going to become gods. Period. If you don't like it, get off.
That is really, really.
You don't have to participate. So if you're going to interfere with me,
Very special programming. 9715 Iran, yeah, I think I heard that once. Yep. Comes in well here, as you see, 9715. Not sure, I think they're on several frequencies. I'm going to check that. They are on S9715. And they are also on 11885. Let's try that. That one doesn't really come in well. They are on 9400. They are on 9715. In Europe, you should also hear it on 7315. They're on 7315 and 9715 to Europe right now until 2020 UTC. Voice of the Islamic Republic of Iran in English. I haven't heard them in a while in North America evenings. I'm wondering if they still have their broadcast that they call the Voice of Justice to North America. I think it was like at 0230 UTC. So Iran's coming in well, 9715. Here in the East Coast, of course, I hear these probably better than West Coast. I don't think the West Coast of North America gets this station. And Europe must be really strong, much closer to Iran. So I'm going to go back to 15. I was on 1577.
Just been fired from an Oklahoma food processing plant. Went into a raid.
Let's continue tuning up.
And in the moon and in the star. My friend, let me call your attention to this fact.
WWCR.
Did you know that the sun, the moon, and the star?
Turn around and see what can you hear. Not sure yet, but my antenna's changed. I have a new direction. As you're hearing 7315, Klaus, I knew it. 7315 is also for Europe. Europe doesn't make it because we're still too much daylight path with for that frequency. So I was saying that my antenna has been oriented differently. I actually have about 20 feet more on my wire, and instead of being northeast southwest, it is now more north-south orientation. And I'm not sure yet, but I think there's less noise in that general direction to my wire. And the fact that it's about 20 feet longer also probably adds more signal to what I'm listening. So it may be just propagation, but it seems better than it was. This is a very weird transmission. Was there a little earlier. This is bizarre. I don't know what it is, but this one is also a really weird transmission, some kind of new digital transmission of some sort. What a weird transmission. No, I don't have any adjustment tuner to optimize it. That's something that I was wondering that I might actually get myself, some kind of antenna tuner. But it is hooked to the 500 ohm input, which is the input for a long wire antenna. So at least there I'm probably matched better. But that is true that I probably have some signal loss from some mismatch here in my antennas. That is probably the case. But you know, overall, when I compare myself to a lot of others that are listening, from what I see is that it's not too bad. I have a friend of mine that is not far from here and has my old Kenwood R5000, and there's a lot of stuff that I hear he doesn't hear at all. So I think that even though it's not, you know, tuned for usage to the, you know, it's not optimized basically, it's still not too bad. This is Voice of America.
info@10ambc.com.
This is
You can also write to us at the Radio Africa Network, PO Box 2146.
Radio Africa from the WRMI transmitter in Florida, or Florida.
2146. Again, Radio Africa Network, address 2146. OKEECHODEE. That's
Checking for mail.
34973-2146. Thank you for listening and have a blessed day. Hi, for the Salvation Army, this is Willis Howard. Got a question for you. When someone says, God bless you, what does that mean to you? I mean, is it just another hollow platitude, or could there be something more to it? Well, we invite...
I mean, Spain was always a great signal on 17850. Fortunately, they are now gone from shortwave. Let's try the 17-meter amateur band. Nothing much here. We're at 2000, so I'm going to go back down. Actually, going to go a little lower and start at 7 megahertz. A lot more noise here down there. See if we can hear something. There's lots of local hands on 7 megahertz, and go back up slowly. We'll continue this live hangout for another 15-20 minutes. Unfortunately, I can't make it much longer because I have to work a little later on. So I'll have to cook some food a little bit and before going to work. Wouldn't be for work. I think I'd be tuning live at least for another hour.
Like you said, I could just, what I'll do is for fun, is I'll just put it in, I got to Las Vegas to meet 10,000 people, and now 10,000.
English on 7285. Aha, fire track on 7435. Let's try that here. 7435. Nothing here. 7435. Very weak signal, but nothing. I got something in English on 7285. China radio from Albania, transmitter site, English to Europe. 7285 must be coming in quite well for you guys in Europe. This is Albania, but they also have 7415 from Kazakhstan. 7415 doesn't come in. 7285 from Albania does. Thanks, Klaus, for all these nice little logs of yours. Fun to try them here, see if we can hear them. also. Still a little early for 7 megahertz here, but
and we can talk about why and the concerns that hit the stock market.
this is WBCQ, I believe, in the United States.
Trading today, just about a 10-point trading range. And right now we're currently looking at gold at 1241, down 80. Silver is down 4 at 1750. Platinum is down $12 at 1252. And palladium took another beating today of all the precious metals, down almost 3% at 700.
WBCQ is technically one of the almost one of the only shortwave, American shortwave
4.98. Crude oil was sort of all over the page too today.
My only shortwave station for the United States, I would say that I really listen to and enjoy. WRMI, I would like to receive better on 9955, but 9955 is almost always impossible here. And when the signal's not too bad, the jamming from Cuba on 9955 makes it impossible for me to listen to it. So WBCQ 749.
Was up a quarter of a point. Woo-hoo, at 18.
It's true. It's the first time that you're.
We saw some movement in the 10-year yield today, up 0.06 at 2.15, and I do believe that dipped below.
It's nice to. It's the first time that you joined a hangout. Oh.
A lot of.
It's nice to at least. Now you were.
Again, the same concerns as we had yesterday.
Had the possibility to tune live. That's cool. Thank you for
it came all the way back to
sharing. Yeah, well, conditions here in North America and in Europe are different because we aren't, at all in the same time frame. Here it's 4 in the afternoon. We're at 4 p.m. here, so it's still afternoon. We still have about 2 hours of sunlight left before the sun sets. Sun sets at 6:10 p.m. So and you guys are already in darkness over there. So propagation is different, that's for sure, with that much of difference. And actually, even west coast of North America doesn't hear probably half of what I hear because they're even worse. They're still 5 hours before sunset.
Easy money and.
This is CHU Canada time signal in Ottawa.
20 hours, 7 minutes.
This station broadcasts about, I'd say it's about 120 kilometers from where I live, so it's not very far. I usually even hear 3.33. It's there very weak, but it's there. This is a hard one for a lot of people, especially in Europe. I don't know if you guys in Europe hear CHU on 7850 regularly or on 14.670. Yeah, that's the reason Klaus saying that it's 22 hours local time, so it's 10 p.m. over there.
CHU, Canada, coordinated universal time, 20 hours, 8 minutes. That's
Let's go through the USB mode and go through 8 megahertz. little more tuning again at the 31 meter band. Half an hour.
Is always Jesus.
By the way,
Jesus.
9265, I believe, is WINB in Red Lion, Pennsylvania. 9265. Yep, WINB.
That can be the blindness of the eyes, and the brightness of the light. Light without sight is darkness. The surety, the fulfillment of our dreams.
16. By the end of the Christian, just as in the Aeronautical, and the hot garden in the
9430 English.
Now, the Turkish defense department of the technical system is in Vietnam Turkish state body. Whereas 40% they are fully registered before taking the medical production. This can be the phantom critical carrying phenomenon before talking the medical production for the registered of an ambulance confidence evolution used to understand the companion of the stock account.
Well, this is a German. Well, at some point, I thought it was English. This is German. This is Voice of Vietnam in German. From the United Arab Emirates transmitter site. That's interesting. And this is Voice of Vietnam German. Yeah, Radio Florida 7585. That doesn't come in here. Well, there's something weak. The weak signal that isn't making it over here. Well, this is interesting. 9525. This is not. That is not Voice of Indonesia, as it's not French. This is the French service of Voice of Turkey, making it quite well on 9635. French service of Turkey. The question of the month in French.
Charles Martin was born the king. First of all, he evacuated from West Africa to make the time in the region. The National Sex of the World, Victoria, recognized in 79, with very few details on the commission being produced.
9715 in English.
Some had Long to be a revolution of this that unobserved. There are some places that are carrying out photos of long enough. There isn't a curve coordination. But the handle is really so long. Which is the end of the voice of Islamic Republic of Iran. BBC 9915. I think 10 will try that. 095. Unfortunately, they end a little earlier. So BBC on 9915.
Like I've said a bunch of times, the worst.
Terminal aerodrome forecast for the period ending 0500 Zulu, Bermuda, from 18.
It was interesting to tune in between the bands because you never know what you can hear. An AM carrier here. Well, India Radio 11670.
Do extenso programa de shopping da entidade, confirmo, não vai.
That's Cuba. Yes, I think it's Adventist World Radio. Not sure.
Durant la guerre d'Algérie, la Première Guerre mondiale, il y a eu l'occupation allemande et ensuite, pendant les années 20, il y a eu quelques travaux qui ont commencé, mais normalement sont des réformes de ce palais et moi en voiture. Et à partir de là, les réformes qui sont...
Radio Romania in French, 11975. I'll try two things. Unfortunately, guys, I'll have to end the hangout now because I have to start supper. I'll try. Still have the 12935. It's really cool. That Korean, South Korean naval station in CW sending out its call letters. I'm amazed that I received that here. Especially these transmissions are low power compared to international broadcasts. And finally, North Korea in French right now, 13760. Interesting to hear North Korea. Hey, KC9, KUH from Indiana. Welcome to the hangout. Unfortunately, it's almost over. I have to go to work. If you want to do more hangouts, I need the money to pay for everything. Hey, no problem, Klaus. It was nice to have you on the hangout and share your DX experience from where you are in Germany. So take care, guys. Thanks for checking in. It was nice to see you. And of course, this hangout is going to be on the YouTube channel. And don't forget, if KC9 KUH, you're saying that he's worked Japan on JT65 on 20. I'm not surprised. We hear Korea on 13760, so it means that the path on the 20-meter band, which is just above this frequency, to Asia is probably open. I've heard many Japanese stations on sideband, both on the 15 and 20-meter amateur band in the past 2 or 3 weeks. I think this is a great time of the year for that. One of the stations on the 15-meter band was in Tokyo, and he was coming in really strong. I think it's the strongest Japanese station I've ever heard in my life. It's really, really amazing. About 2 weeks ago. So wow, nice catch on JT65 for Japan there. So before I leave, just everybody that's watching, don't forget there is going to be a hangout Saturday, October 18th. So this coming Saturday, 2300 hours UTC. Fortunately for Klaus, that's a little late for you. I know you're going to be in the middle of the night there. But that's the next official hangout. We'll talk about QSL cards, verifying stations, even verifying amateur stations as a listener. What you can get of all sorts of goodies, and what to do and not to do, and what to do to get a little more help when you're writing. And I'll be, of course, showing some of the goodies that I've received over the years on my shortwave listening. So thanks for watching, guys, and hope to see you there Saturday, October 18th at 23 hours UTC. Take care. Thanks for being here in the hangout. 73s.